The Galactic Republic was the galaxy's greatest democracy until it voted itself into an empire. The irony? The very safeguards designed to protect it became the instruments of its destruction. This isn't just space opera, it's a political autopsy with frightening real-world echoes. The Republic's political culture was a perfect storm. Layers of bureaucratic red tape, entrenched corporate influence, and an obsession with legal formalism over practical action. In The Phantom Menace, Queen Amidala's urgent plea for help during the Trade Federation blockade of Naboo is swallowed by Senate procedure, endless debate, endless investigation, while her people suffer. Chancellor Valorum, bound by constitutional limits, cannot act without full Senate approval. And the Trade Federation, the very perpetrators of the crisis, sits in the Senate chamber with voting rights. The Republic wasn't just paralyzed, it was complicit in its own decay. The Jedi Order and the Supreme Chancellor were meant to balance one another, guardians of peace on one side, political leadership on the other. But their roles blurred in the chaos. The Jedi, constitutionally vague in authority, were keepers of the peace, not soldiers. Yet when the Clone Wars erupted, they became generals. When Mace Windu tried to arrest Palpatine without Senate sanction, Anakin Skywalker branded it treason, giving Palpatine the perfect pretext to declare the Jedi traitors and wipe them out under Order 66. This collapse wasn't random. It was the Publius paradox in action. The paradox warns that a government too weak to act in a crisis will eventually hand extraordinary power to a leader who promises to act for them. The Military Creation Act was stuck in endless Senate debate until the separatist threat pushed senators to grant Palpatine emergency powers with thunderous applause. Gridlock didn't protect the Republic. It killed it. George Lucas didn't invent this pattern. He borrowed it from history. Palpatine's rise mirrors Julius Caesar and Augustus, engineering crises, winning emergency powers, and never relinquishing them. The Senate's surrender echoes the Roman Republic's final years. The 1933 Enabling Act in Nazi Germany, granting Hitler sweeping authority, is a direct parallel to Palpatine's emergency powers. And Lucas himself has compared Palpatine to Nixon, a leader willing to stretch constitutional limits under the banner of necessity. And then it happened again. The New Republic, formed after the fall of the Empire, dismantled much of its military in the name of peace, placing faith in diplomacy alone. It outsourced its security to the semi-legal resistance. When Starkiller Base destroyed Hosnian Prime, the New Republic was gone in a single strike, proof that idealism without vigilance can be fatal. In Star Wars, the death of a republic is dramatized for the screen. In our world, it's played out in history books. Democracies rarely fall to brute force. More often, they're dismantled by the votes and choices of the people themselves. So the question isn't whether the Republic was doomed. The real question is, if you were sitting in that Senate chamber facing Palpatine's request for power, how would you have voted?